welcome back. We are continuing. Today is National Youth Day in Zimbabwe, where we are observing and commemorating this important day, where we are looking at young people. So, with me here is a young person, Blessing, who is a student at Midland State University. Blessing, welcome to the Global Peace Hub.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you. So today tikutaura nenyaya yevana vechidiki vakaita sewe. As a social worker, it's my role to educate, to empower, to inspire, to develop programs that target young people. Saka iwewe, as a young person, what do you think are the challenges faced by other young people like you?
All right, so much. Thank you so much for that important question. Of course, challenges are there in their numbers. Let me start by the basic ones, which are emanating from the social media. Of course, we can talk of other issues like cyberbullying, where they are bullying themselves. You know, we are beginning to have issues like sexual harassment on social media, and it's really causing a lot of harm. Even moral decadence is actually affecting a lot of youthful persons, because today they are watching a naked video, tomorrow they are trying to implement what they have been watching. Today they are watching youth from whatever country abusing drugs, and they are taking it home, which is now becoming a challenge. Today they are watching people killing themselves, and they are bringing that dubious behavior back home, which is somewhat a challenge which is coming through not only the internet but also social media, as it were.
So, Blessing, you were talking about how parents should monitor their children, how they are using internet, and I think how would they also interact with. Can you say more on that one?
All right. Of course, in as much as we have reached a stage where it has become somewhat compulsory in most of the setups, be it schools, where they are now requesting
Use of
students to
phones.
be having their cell phones. But it is the role now of the parent to strictly supervise the use of that particular cell phone.
Okay.
Otherwise, in a way, they are going to be sharing nasty stuff. Some of them, we have heard reports of young stars, primary kids as it were, grade 2s, grade 3s, actually exchanging pornographic material as a result of failure to monitor the use
supervise.
of exactly.
Yes.
So at the end of the journey, these cell phones, these social media tools, they need a hand from the parents.
Okay.
Why? Because you might begin to wonder where he or she
Is
that
getting
a certain behavior, certain traits that are pretty much foreign from how they socialize their own kids.
yes.
Even in terms of the language, they're now making use of vulgar because they're spending most of their hours on social media.
Yes.
Then you wonder, how did this innocent young star,
Get
young
to
girl,
know about
exactly,
this way of talking.
exactly. And most of most of these sites, specifically in Zimbabwe, they are not so particular about age limit, and even
They're not
though,
censored.
exactly. And even when that particular question comes, are you 18? They simply click yes. They access nasty stuff.
Yes.
And at the end of the journey, it's affecting
The behavior of the child, the personality. So this is a very important message coming from a young person. He's saying, as parents, as much as we want to buy our children cell phones, because we are in the 21st century, we cannot run away from it. Kupindana kwemazuva, anditi. But we should not replace our time. We should not replace teaching our children important things just because we've bought them material things. Matenga phone yoyo, you need to sit down with your child, explain to them kuti phone ish, it can build your life, it can destroy your life. Phone iyi ndeyekuda kuti we want to enhance your education, toda kuti ubudirire, otherwise our children will end up doing anything. Isusu tiri busy kumabasa, vana vari busy wokudzidziswa zvimwe zvinhu nesocial media. Wataura imwe nyaya yakakosha yekuti unoshandisa social media in a positive way to market your things. What message can you give to young people? Because pane zvakawanda pa social media zvaunogona kutodzidza usina kumboenda kuchikoro nezvazvo.
Okay, the message that I can always talk about when it comes to the spheres of social media, I always say that social media is like a supermarket. In a supermarket you go, you can actually buy poison. In a supermarket, you can actually buy cakes in a supermarket.
Okay.
You can actually buy productive goods in a supermarket.
Masidzi.
Exactly, of which you can also buy harmful products. So now, when it comes to the social media, let me be giving advice. I'm pursuing a degree in human resource management.
Okay.
And Whenever a person is going to write an email at irenem@gmail.com, whenever they want to track your history of how your personality, your character, your true character is, they are just going to make use of that email and they look for you on all the social media platforms. So imagine I'm about to give you a job, you have qualified, your results, everything. Then I am to punch your details. Then I go on your social media, I see you saying nasty words. I see you
Posting my pictures.
almost naked pictures. And then people are going around and saying there are no jobs. Such things like social media, believe you me, they are having an impact. They're having an impact. So yeah, the social media is a tool. So in as much as we have talked about the bad parts of it, you know, how it's affecting morals, character, etc. I believe also on the social media, you can actually come across job opportunities.
Yes.
You can actually come
Social
across
networking.
exactly. I was looking at how Strive Masiwa was actually having shows, motivational shows, opportunity shows, and if you are to really follow constructive people, you can actually end up making it. I was looking at how this business tycoon by the name Barnabas Marambire is actually bringing a lot of talks, motivational talks. How should you start a business with nothing? You know, those issues, they're there on the social media. But
like you said, it's a supermarket.
Yes.
You can buy anything in the supermarket. Depends on your price, on your whatever, on your list. So, Blessing Wataura Nyaya and Bata, you spoke about employers. These days they don't vanongoenda pa social media nzi vakangobaya sarako. Remember he's an HR ndo vanoita zvekuemploya vanhu. So he has just given us a tip kuti as young people we should be wise how we use our social media. When now wakutsvaga basa now, they just look at your profile kuti unolike zvipi, what are you following on social media, how are you commenting, uri kumbozviita sei, wototadza kuwana basa iwe wakatoqualifya. So this is very important. We should be careful what we post. My pictures, I remember vanhu vakatorasikirwa namabasa nekuda kuposta ma-status updates chaiwo chaiwo, uchiisa ma-updates ma-status ako wakashama, vanhu vachitaura zvinyadzi, vanhu vachitaura zvimwe zvinhu, wobva watoshayiwa basa. So it's very important. Then iwewe semwana ari kuchikoro, Blessing, pane nyaya yatiri kungohwa mazuva ano isu tatifambei yemujolo pandemic. Zviri kumbo. What can you say about the Mujolo pandemic?
Okay. It's pretty much of a funny topic, but at the end of the journey, when we begin to realize how this so-called pandemic in quotes is resulting in suicides, it's resulting in people abusing drugs, it's resulting in people harming or killing each other, it then became an issue of, should I call it national interest or international interest?
International.
Because we grew up being restricted to venture into love. I think what I'm trying to say is our parents are so much clear to say, do not date until the right time. Of which in this generation, I don't know if it's according to the 21st century or what, we are venturing into these affairs with immature mindsets.
Okay.
Some are getting in love affairs for the wrong reasons. As a result of peer pressure, some as a result of money issues, some as a result of feeling lonely, because the roommate wake item face.
Alright.
Guys, I can't be single. My friends are 4, 5, 1 wow. Out, but Saka, you can't be the odd one out. So as a result of trying to fit in now, they are now engaging in this so-called mujolo. In this circumstance or in this situation, mujolo, it simply means an affair.
Okay.
But now who knows who is true in that affair? You might be serious, of which I'm playing, or I might be serious on you, not knowing that you are playing part on me. So when expectations fails to meet the reality, that's where the pandemic becomes.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, thank you.
When you think you are in a love affair, not knowing that the person is actually
after
only
money or
only after hitting for sex, then that person disappears. it's now become the pandemic. When you are
Okay.
thinking, oh, this is my future wife, future hubby,
Mm.
then you realize, oh, we are the 20 of us. There's a girl at NAS, there's a girl at MSU, there's a girl at UZ, there's a girl where Kumba, where Kupi. Then you'll be realizing what? So that moment,
Yatova mental health again.
exactly.
Mm.
So that moment when Mujolo hits you hard, that's how it now becomes
It's
a pandemic.
Okay, I didn't know where the pandemic is coming in. Thank you for enlightening me. Saka, anzi vana they're dating for the wrong reasons. Early sexual debut, mwada kutochengetwa, blessers and all those things. And when they don't get what they were expecting in that relationship, now it becomes a pandemic. Saka, what advice can you give to young people? What I say, because it's also social workers, we always want to be on the preventive. How can we prevent this? Mujolo, whatever pandemic. Vana vodini bosa unati ari kupinda murudo for status kana kuti nekuda kwe peer pressure kana nekuda kutsvaga munhu anomuchengeta. How do we prevent this?
Okay, let me start by suggesting. Of course, I know my suggestions are going to be pretty much debatable. Some are going to say, no, this is not the measure, but it's according to what I think. So I believe it starts back to socialization. The way we grew up during those days, we were strictly beaten, chided, and made sure that we don't play silly games
With the
with
opposite
girls.
sex?
Yes, with people of the opposite sex. But now, parents are kind of living
Liberal, amen.
leaving their children to be in a laissez-faire kind
Let
of a
it
setup.
be.
Let it be. Let them do whatever they feel like doing. And at the end of the journey, Irene, the children are really doing whatever they want to do.
Okay.
I got shocked when I realized a grade 5 child being stressed, and I'm like, dude, why are you stressed today? And that guy, that boy, I'm telling you, grade 4, grade 5, he was actually stressed over his girlfriend blue ticking him at grade 4. Imagine. So at the end of the journey, when it reaches to higher levels, those people are tired of dating.
Okay.
Imagine you have started at grade 4, and most probably, let's face reality, those guys are really starting sexual intercourse as far as grade
9,
7.
10, yeah, grade 7, kurengo.
Let's talk about that guy reaching Form 6. How many affairs has he or she gotten herself into? Such an extent that when when they reach our own ages now, Aneta Munia, I just not rudo. What they simply want to do is getting in love, most probably. I'm gonna marry a Munia, most probably for fame, for fun. So we need to address the issue from as early as childhood, as early as primary level. And also from the parent perspective, let them continuously build. Like in this age, I think parents are becoming too busy for their children.
Yeah, they are placing that parental
Exactly.
with material things. Anofunga kuti tikatengera vana vedu zvese zvatoita, we spend most of the time tichishanda, uchineglect the most important thing you should be doing as a parent. Saka as a result, vana vanopedzera kungoita yese. Saka panapa patotaurwa nyaya yekuti nyaya socialization yakakosha. Takamboitaura, we did a video on socialization. The way we raise our children is a positive or negative impact on the individuals they will become when they grow up. Saka hanzi pamwe pacho hatidi kunyanya kuva strict kuti usatamba navakomana, usatamba navasikana. Ngativaudze kuti zvakashatira chii, handiti. And then we instill our values muvana vacho kuti what do you want your children? Chii chaunoexpecta kubva kwavari. We also spoke about this. Paunodzvara muti wako, une ma-expectations. You want that fruit to give you fruits, that tree to give you fruits, you want it to give you flowers. Handiti, pane zvaunofana kutoita. You have to water it. Ndopaitaitaura nyaya communication, nyaya yema-values. Zvinokosha izvozvo. And also communication. Vabereki nevana. What do you have to say about it?
Okay, as I was mentioning before, this whole new setup, I don't know if I should call it the new normal. The dad is always busy, mom is always busy, and they no longer have time with their own kids. Now, the kids also on the other side, social media is giving them ample time.
Of course.
The television is parenting them. And look at it. Mostly they are loving those crazy shows. They're loving those crazy romantic movies. And at the end of the journey, I know during our times, we were strictly restricted from having television after 9:30
Of course.
due to reasons of us
Watching adult content.
adult content. And surprising enough, those grade 4s, grade 5, they're actually having television the whole night.
chero akasaona television ka nenyaya yefoni ane foni yake muroom
Exactly.
make ane access yewifi saka nyango akabuda mulounge and who watches TV these days vanhu vanongoti ndanopinda muroom mangu ane access so I think we should do something about it parents kana zvichibvira kuti tototi 9 o'clock vana vasina access yewifi here vaita mahomework avadi because usually kuusiku akutoona zvinhu zvevanhu vakuru.
And also to add on, these kids, they're also having access to adult radio shows, programs. And I realized that at grade 6, 7, some of them, they're actually listening to Tete Tilda, sexual shows, and they are there listening. You know, it's pretty much of strictly no under 18, but
Yes.
because we have left, the parents have created a gap, and even though, due to busy kind of a lifestyle, I don't know how it
kutsvaga
becomes,
vanouya chingwavhangwavha kakuti titenge kuti vana vawane.
the parents themselves, there is little, if any, bond between the parents and the children. Even mwana akaita issue yekuti maybe abused,
Unozviona sei?
they are no longer free to come and open up to their mothers and to their fathers. Something that is pretty much of interest in this
Yes.
time. So my suggestion is parents have at least 30 minutes with your kids. Nurture them, show them love. I always say, even to the kids that are there at our home, I told them the word I love you at age at 2 years.
Paanenge akungonzwa chete
Exactly.
paakutounderstanda.
And even when I get home, I hug them and they say I love you. They say I love you too. So that pachaenda kunzoko
Hazvimushamisi.
pachazonzi I love you iwe ndire kuti harichisina value kwaari pachazonzi
You are
sweetie.
beautiful.
Exactly. I always
Wakachena.
tell them you're beautiful, you're cute. I love your smile. So that pachaenda kwenda bhangu kunzoko it's not going to make an impact.
And even at the same time zviri kubuilda confidence yake.
Exactly.
Self esteem yake you know anenge ane self esteem because as I'm good enough. I'm appreciated. Someone adores me.
Exactly.
Munhu wemumba saka nyangwe akazobuda kuzhe uko akanzi naiwe wakapenga wakadini.
I know.
I know.
I remember one of my friends, you know, he tried to propose a girl who had such a background. Yeah, but every day she's being told how cute she is, how nice she is, how every feature of her body is, you know, in a nice way. So the guy started to try and get in, you know, hey babe, you're looking hot. Hey, I'm loving your eyes.
What like
So
a
the
hito?
girl was like, I grew up. Do you have anything new? The guy tried, you know, from the moon. Do you have something new? At grade 5, there's the moon and back. The guy tried until I was always going, Shaka, I can't find anything unique in you. So I think parents learn to instill some of those small things.
Thank you. Sorry.
Exactly.
I
Sorry,
love you. Yes.
I love you. You know, appreciating your kids.
Yes.
I think the African problem is, or the African parental approach is, tinotsiura vana nerusizvo richafoira rakapusa. You know, we're always putting negativity, of which I believe if you have to start and say, hey, I'm having a doctor in you, young man.
You can make it.
You know, you're the future president. You're motivating that particular kid.
Uri kumupa kuti aone zviri positive.
Exactly. And
you believe in me.
shona manje mwana wapo ari kubuda achizoti kumba ndinongoshorwa paachangoona mufesi achamuudza kuti wow, you are the best.
Akutoti my way. Ndaona kwekuenda.
And at the end of the journey, it's a trap that is affecting now those youngsters, people of my age, because of the way they were socialized. Imagine kamunhu kakakura kachiudzwa kuti you are the best. Pachazoda wakaudza kuti auri dofo kana kuudza no, mama told me that I'm not a quitter.
Yes.
Mama told me this.
I'm a winner.
Yes. So let's take it back to the roots. Let's re-socialize our own youthful people, our own kids. Tell them you are the best. You are a winner. You are the greatest. Wow, I've got a president. I've got a doctor in you. What exactly? And at the end of the journey, as words have got value. Even in Mark chapter number 11, Jesus spoke to a tree, and the tree responded by
Kutooma.
Tooma.
Fig tree. Yeah. So yeah, mashoko ane simba. Takambozvi is there in a video we did about socializing everything children see and hear, it leaves an impression on them. Kana tikanagara tichingotaura zviri negative, zviri negative, mwana yeye zvinomukanganisa, zvinomudemotivata. Handiti ka saka mashoko atinotaura kuvana vedu akakosha. Handiti Ameno, do you have anything else to say to the young people? Remember, today is National Youth Day, izuva revana, and we have learned so much. Taona kuti nyaya huru, it's coming back to the roots, kuma parents. Do you have anything to say to the young people?
Okay, I wish I could spend the whole day.
Yeah, we
But
could.
for the purpose of trying to be short and brief, I always say, let's adopt the German mentality. What the Germans do is they always say, German first. And if you are to say Irene first, it's going to give yourself the confidence that you need. The problem that we have is, one, we are failing to believing in ourselves as Zimbabwean youth. We think we need USA youth to come and implement things. But we are also having guys that are rising from Zimbabwe that are making a global impact.
Of course.
At one point in time, Steve Masiwa was there as an Abutsum Soka.
Yeah.
But right now he's representing a lot of organizations globally.
Yes.
We're always having people that are rising out of this particular Zimbabwe.
We have so many of them.
Why? The major issue is those guys, they believed in themselves.
Yes, all those people were not to inspire. So I think the message is saying, Iwewe as a young person, Chagavanu, find people who have made it in life. Look up to those people. Kwete kuinda kunotsvaka vanhu vanongo kushoropodza, vanhu vanotaura zvinongo zvisina benefit muupenyu hwako. We have so many people to look up to in Zimbabwe, in Africa.
And also adding on, I always say your network is your net worthy.
Okay.
Who are you linking with?
Show me your friends and I will tell you who you are.
Yes. And you know what? I also have realized that those big gurus out there, they are looking for small, youthful persons to empower. Not only monetarily, but even with ideas. I always refer to Barnabas Marambire, the owner of the Bamlo group of companies. He's always looking for youthful people to work with.
But
the problem is, even if one is to move around the social media, what is only meeting are those people that are posting half-naked pictures, people that are... We are failing to create what is called a brand.
To market ourselves.
Yes, because as you, Irene, you are a brand. If people are to look at you, they are seeing a social worker, they are seeing a counselor, they are seeing someone who is giving hope, of which we are failing to market ourselves. Ukafungwa nezvako Irene, munhu akafungwa kuti Irene chicha achaisa mumind make. That's how we call a brand. And if you have to create a brand now where they say ndikafunga about Blessing, I'm going to think as I'm going to see him as a person who's going to manage 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And also getting back to the educational sector, I always see people putting their sole hope in education. Yes, education is good, but to me, I take education as a stepping stone. To say education is the platform where you stand on so that you see further. If you are really to think that that degree or that certificate
gonna take you somewhere
is going to, like, I had a mentality where I thought maybe soon after graduation they are going to clap hands. Wow, Irene! Wow, Blessing! We take you, we put you into the company. But wow, the reality doesn't give such a situation. Education is giving you it's
a stepping stone.
Where you should see opportunities. I got shocked, Irene, upon realizing the fact that in America they're only managing to employ only 30% in America.
Okay.
Welcome back to Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Okay, many people want to give America as the standard, is it? But America is only employing 30%. How about those 70%? What they are doing now is they are making use of the experiences that they have gotten in those particular 4 years in starting their businesses, starting organizations. I've realized in Zimbabwe you can actually register a trust at a very cheap. Yes, but youth in Zimbabwe are always like, hey, they are not giving us jobs. Why do you need a spoon feeding? That's why we are losing
those are very encouraging words, coming from a young person. Kuti kana waenda kuchikoro ka azvipereri ipapo hanzi chikoro chinongokuita kuti uone zviri mhiri uko. Saka vana vechidiki, we should do something. Usangomirira kuti wapedza degree wakutogara pasi anzi ndiri kuaplya kuti ndiwane mabasa ndo mahr achari kutozvitaura izvozvo. Find something mauti iye anogadzira maperfumes, he does a lot of things, but at the same time akaenda kuchikoro handiti. Saka maparents futi vanongopushira vana kuti enda unoita chikoro, enda chikoro, but we are neglecting zvema-life skills izvi zvekuti munhu agone kuwana chinhu chokubata namaoko.
And Irene, you know what? Opportunities are always knocking at our doors. Even biblically it said, behold, I stand at the door and knock.
Okay.
But now what is happening is, we are too busy to look at how opportunities are coming. They are not knocking in a direct way. Let me say, do you know whenever there's a crisis, it's always an opportunity for someone to make money.
Of course.
Do you know when COVID-19 started, some people who are into Jekusona, they started making masks. By then a single mask was going for $5. Today they are very rich. Do you know when COVID-19 started, some people had access to ways in which they could get in town. Wotenga ma grocery. They are delivering. It's money. But because people are thinking, because I did accounting, because
I'm too smart.
I'm too smart. Do you know the current setup made it possible for youth to apply for agricultural sector, oita munda wake, the mining.
Yes.
But because we are always relaxing on social media, we are busy. We are
And
not
it's
even.
teacher gay. What are you looking for?
What are we looking
Supermarket, urikuisa gym basket mako. Because my opportunities ariko.
Yes.
Ku apply mining iwayo ku apply munda. Kutsvaga land, because as long as une land, unotonepa kutangira.
I'm motivated by how my brother started a company which is called GMW Global. When COVID-19 started, he was pretty much unemployed. So then he realized the need to bring companies on the internet, bring companies on the social media, to bring an online market. So he started a business to open websites. In those websites, you can actually make payments. You can actually view the product that are in line. And it really sustained us during the pandemic.
The COVID era.
So opportunities are there. Just that we are busy following celebrities, which is good, but it doesn't bring money. I always say, as long as I'm on social media and it's not bringing peace to myself, it's not bringing money, it's not adding a value to me, then why should I? Which explains why I had to quit Instagram. Sorry to say. But because I didn't see it benefiting me in those three factors, money-wise, peace, what I was only coming across is seeing nasty stuff, seeing half-naked people there, seeing even
cyberbullying.
Exactly. So at the end of the journey, I was like, let me ignore Instagram. It's not being helpful.
So yeah, thank you so much, Blessing. Ndaona kuti uri kutaura nyaya opportunities. Anzi opportunities haaperi, and they are always knocking, but we are busy. Atotaura nyaya kuti even during the COVID era, vamwe vakatowana mukana wekuita mari. Saka opportunities are always there. Vamwe ndopava vakazvivharira mudzimba vachiti makambani achavhura. Uchiswera zvako uchiita zvisina nebasa. I'm waiting for the company to open, but you can always try and do something. Remember, it's National Youth Day. We hope all the youth, we hope the parents, we hope everyone is benefited from the discussions that we have with different people. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As a young person, we are also encouraging us to go in love, peace and harmony. So Blessing, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Irene, for having me. I really do appreciate this golden opportunity. And let me just say happy Youth Day to all Zimbabweans out there. Thank you.